Everyone talks about San Sebastian when it comes to Basque food, but after a month eating through Spain, we kept hearing the same thing from locals. Don't skip Bilbao. So today we've got 24 hours and 9 stops to find out if Bilbao is actually the Basque food city that matters, or if San Sebastian still wears the crown. And contrary to what you might have heard, it's not all pintxos. But when we do get there, communication breaks down. Champi famosa? Famous, no. Never mind. But first, cake for breakfast, because everyone said you gotta start at Pasteleria Aris. Everyone's heard of San Sebastian's burnt Basque cheesecake, but in Bilbao, locals and tourists line up at Pasteleria Arise for something completely different, pastel basco, a rich, buttery, cookie-like crust traditionally stuffed with delicious pastry cream. That was so buttery. And that custard, it's just like a little bit vanilla. I thought it was maybe gonna be lemon, but that is amazing. That could rival burnt Basque cheesecake.
Kind of like if pastel nata and a shortbread had a baby. I think it's delicious.
When you're spending 24 hours in Bilbao, you of course have to come to Mercado de la Ribera. This is Europe's largest covered food market at 10,000 square meters, officially recognized by Guinness. Of course, it's a little bit touristy, but locals still come here to shop around on the upper floor and here, and you can come get a drink and a snack, so you can do it all in one place. We're not eating it today, but that big piece of meat is coming up in another video, and I am scared. You can definitely go into the gastronomic area and get your pintxos, but a lot of times those are overpriced and not as good. So we wanted something a little more local. So we stopped by a little bakery stall where a local was selling some pastries, and we got a canutillo, which is essentially like the Basque version of a cannoli. It's like a little cream stuffed inside a flaky puff pastry. And these are really regionally specific to Bilbao. You don't really see them outside of the city, so you want to try them here. Ooh, it is stuffed. It's deceiving. See, outside doesn't look like it's that full. It's giving me white chocolate vibes. And then the pastry is like a little bit more like bready meets a croissant. Not crispy and flaky like a cannoli. That's good. Sugar level, high.
Pistachio. It's very pistachio-y and actually not too sweet. I tried the other one and it was really sweet. But this, it's like a pistachio peanut butter.
Kind of reminds me of like Turkey with like the colorful balconies. It is noon, and noon to 2 is this magical hour in Spain where locals, as you can see, go and grab a vermouth and a salty snack. It's known as La Hora De Vermut. You could do this at the market. People were doing it there, but that is more touristy, and the main mission of our channel is to help you eat like a local and avoid the tourist traps. So make sure you hit subscribe if that's your vibe. So of course, we're bringing you somewhere a little more local. Like many of our other recommendations from Bilbao, Basta is Solite, again, recommended by the Repsol Guide, Spain's version of the Michelin Guide. They're really known for their
Vermouth, baby.
So we got 2 different kinds to try, a white and a red. It's a little bit lighter than the Rojo vermouth, which is what I love, but still nice and spicy. And our favorite and most traditional thing to eat with a vermouth, is a gilda, which is really just a little toothpick, a briny, salty, punch you in the face deliciousness. Pepper, olive, and anchovy. One thing to know, this is a one-biter. It's not gonna be pretty, friends. This is the best part of Spain, these 2 hours of the day. And we got a fun little octopus brioche as well, because why not?
That's popo perfection.
The king of dad jokes. Liking this video won't help Caleb's jokes, but it will help our algorithm. Vermouth before lunch, designed to open up your appetite. Consider our appetite officially opened. Good thing, because we got 2 stops for you for lunch. That vermouth would pair insanely well with this local bodega we found. But first, something a little bit more historic. Here's the thing about Bilbao. It's really a city that knows kind of how to change and reinvent itself. This river used to just be lined with factories, but now it's clean and full of life. The city is not as like postcard beautiful as San Sebastian, but it is more real and authentic. So we're gonna go to one of its most historic places for a lunch stop, number 1. I don't know where I go. I'm getting so lost. We just walked in, we got sat down, we rushingly ordered something, and then I ordered water, but magically a bottle of wine appeared on our table. So we're at Cafe Aruña. You cannot talk about Bilbao without talking about this place. It is literally so historic. It's been here since 1903, and it is opulent. I mean, check out this place. It's beautiful. Tiles, wooden architecture. They're known for their Pintxo Maruno, which we're gonna have later, but they're also known for their Menu del Dia, which is a prefix 3-course set menu of starter, main, and dessert, and you can choose between different options. It's really well priced, cheaper on the weekdays and the weekends. But we got a starter of a little bit of Iberico, goat cheese, and tomato, and then it comes with the wine. So if you want something that's a good value, but really kind of fancy and filling, it's the place to go for lunch. It's like literally so fresh. Popping tomatoes, salty Iberico ham. We're starting strong. For our main course, we had very traditional Basque. We got some hake, which is like the most common fish here, over top of some spider crab.
Okay, this hake is unreal. Like, look at that. The hake is like the lobster, the crab is like the butter, and you put the butter on the hake, and this was a magical bite.
Perfecto.
Perfecto, that's not Spanish, is it?
Of course it is.
Of course it is. It's the wine talking. I originally thought that we were going to share a 3-course meal. Turns out you're not allowed. We got dessert. Today's cake is an apple tart. It's like an apple custard, like kind of the custard that was in the pasta basico this morning. And it's a fantastic way to end this meal. So we walked to the other side of the restaurant, which is kind of their stand-up Pintxo bar, to get their famous legendary Pintxo Maruno, which is a Moorish grilled lamb skewer. These things are so legendary. They are grilled in a separate grill kiosk in this restaurant. They have serious street food energy, but we're eating them in a literal palace. And that feels very Bilbao. That 3-course meal was elegant and amazing, but this is like salty, little sweet. It's got almost like a little bit of like a turmeric kick. I see why they're legendary. Those are amazing. When you come, you have to let us know if you think they're too salty, because I don't think so. But Caleb strongly disagrees.
I think salt, but like it's like salt bomb city. Honestly, it's a little bit extra, and it's just wrong.
You see the glitz and the glamour of Bilbao at Cafe Aruña, but if you want something a little more local and maybe you want to save your bucks even more, you're going to want to come to Bodega Josera. It's been around since 1924, and this is a legit true bodega. Locals love it for their cheap wine and their half sandwiches, a combination that you could never go wrong with. This place is very local. I think we're the only people speaking English here, which is what we love. And we asked their favorite sandwich. Honestly, they went off in Spanish, and I was like, "See, sounds great." So we got a bonito, which is like fish, pickled pepper, red pepper, and a glass of chocolate. This is the local white wine that you drink here with your sandwiches to wash it down. It's so tangy, it's creamy, that bread is like so crunchy. It's literally the most simple thing, which means I got a drink. My new favorite word is simple, and we're gonna turn it into a vermouth drinking game. That's the lunch stop. So now we gotta transition to the almighty Basque Pintxo crawl. Pintxo is not to be confused with a tapa. This is a tiny little bite of food, typically on a toothpick and on a bread that you get with a drink. And tonight, we're not starting in the old town where most places will take you. We're gonna do another local gem because tonight we really want you to taste the story of Bilbao. So we're going traditional to a little bit more modern and creative. Have you heard of the tortilla española? I'm sure you have. But here at Chinchiri, they do it Pintxo style. You are not gonna find this place in lots of reviews unless you're reading them in Spanish. That is how I found this local spot. There are 2 camps of Spanish tortilla, dry and gooey. And I think you and I both know what camp they firmly sit in here. That doesn't even make sense how gooey that is. Look at it. All right, Chinchiri. I see you playing. That is phenomenal. It's like wet, but chewy, but salty, but the potatoes, there's like a little caramelized onion, but a little sweetness. And that is why the locals come out of town for that tortilla right there. And you would not trust us if we didn't include a Basque cheesecake in this video. And they say that life is short, so we're eating dessert first at our very first stop. It's a cheesecake that they cook at a really high temperature, so the outside gets kind of burnt and caramelized, and the inside doesn't cook as like through, so it doesn't get as set. Honestly, cheesecake is my favorite food. I am very excited that we're having this for our first stop. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. That is so good. It is literally like caramel vanilla pudding on the inside with that like kind of New York cheese flavor. It's like kind of bitter, but it balances out. It's like the most adult, fantastic cheesecake you ever had. I thought Cheesecake Nirvana happened in New York, but you gotta fly here. Okay, I did say Pintxos was food on a stick or on bread, and then we didn't get any of those to start off. But they were traditional, and that cheesecake, I will dream about it. It was fantastic. And this place, such a vibe. Look how busy it is. But now we gotta head back into the old town. Should probably do more of that. But instead, I think we'll stick to Pintxo crawling. Compared to San Sebastian's Pintxo bars, Bilbao feels louder, messier, and more everyday. Exactly like our next stop. We have arrived at Motrikas. This place is known for one thing and one thing only: garlic mushrooms on bread. There's a local joke here that you literally walk in and order mushrooms before you even say hi to the bartender. And judging by the crowd, the locals love it too. They said they're gonna be famous because we're filming. His mushrooms are already famous. Famosa!
Eh?
Famosa! Champi famosa? Famous, famosa. Famous. Famous, no. No, never mind. No comprende. Yes. That did not work. I was trying to communicate and it just did not work. They cooked the mushroom in olive oil, lemon juice, some herbs, and then a little bit of spice. And of course, it's the Pintxo, so it's got to be on some bread. Someone warned us that it's hot and to wait, so hopefully I don't burn my face off. Wow. This mushroom is like so tender and it's glistening. It's really zesty and zippy with that lemon. The mushroom is somehow melting in my mouth, which sounds like it shouldn't be a thing, but it is. That is, I was gonna say a magic mushroom. It is, but not the kind you're thinking of. Fantastic. Well, in San Sebastian, you find so many Pintxo bars that specialize in one thing and one thing only. Turns out, Bilbao can play that game too. Our next stop is Toki, which is in Plaza Nueva, which is kind of the main square of the city. Now, a lot of times, restaurants in main squares are kind of touristy, but they say Toki is not that. In fact, it's kind of known for taking classic Basque flavors and flipping them on their head. It's won just about every single Pintxo competition in town, and was even named the best Pintxo bar in all of the Basque region a couple years back. Safe to say, expectations are high. Caleb wanted to get a burger because he's American. You can take an American out of America, but you can't. What's the saying?
That looks like a sexy
That
hamburger.
looks like a sexy burger. Think of a really good hamburger you've ever had. It tastes like that. It's fantastic. I wouldn't call it Basque or started strong. And we got another mushroom. But this one's elevated and fancy because it's got ham and some kind of sauce. I actually did not expect that to be as good as the last one, but it might be better. Herby, salty, sweet, and a mushroom. It's literally all of it. It's fantastic. And then we also got cod cheeks, which is super traditional, of course on bread. I am disappointed by this one. Probably fantastic with vermouth though. What is it? This is Tasca Belts. So we wanted to do something that proves that Bilbao doesn't just do tradition, it reinvents it, and this is the place. This is not your typical Pintxo bar, but that's kind of the point. They do natural wines and unique kind of Basque tacos with kind of underground offbeat vibes. I don't know what you got and I don't know what I got. It was just white wine, red wine. There's literally so much going on right now. I haven't had enough vermouths for this. Wrong song. This right here is a talo. It is kind of like the Basque version of a taco. Traditionally, it's cheese and sausage, but here they like to reimagine things And we went bold and we got their signature tongue tallow.
It looks tender.
It looks tender. I'm scared.
You look like tongue-tied.
Caleb with the dad jokes. What's that sandwich where you like dip it into the beef?
Like an au jus?
Like an au
Like
jus.
a beef dip.
It's got like a beef dip, like gravy, like crispy corn tortilla. It's fantastic.
If you didn't tell me it was a beef tongue, like, it's just like really soft beef.
I can see why this is a hit.
So is Bilbao better than San Sebastian? The truth is they're just different. Bilbao has got grit and maybe it's more fun, and San Sebastian is more polished. Either way, we're glad we did both. But on that note, if you want to see what San Sebastian's all about, watch this video next to see what Come along with us right here to San Sebastian and watch this video next.